Welcome back, everybody. Nick Tuckner alongside Jerry Rupp and Dick Craig. We welcome you to McNamara Stadium at Todd Field. The 5-2 South St. Paul Packers here at McNamara Stadium at Todd Field in the regular season finale, taking on our Hastings Raiders at 2-5. And we're already ready to go. So we're going to send it down to the field as kicker Josh Lewanski ready to boot it away. He joined the team a couple of games into the season. And here we go as the Raiders will open up the final game of the 2017 regular season. And here's the kick from Lewanski, and we're underway as it's going to be taken right to left on your radio dial and TV screen, if you will. And the Raiders' opening stop is at the 25-yard line of the South St. Paul Packers. And here we go as we're just underway at McNamara Stadium at Todd Field. And Jer, the Raider D needs to continue to do what they've been doing for a majority of the season.
Yes, they do. Good stop there by Travis Frias. Got that straightened out. Thank you, buddy, for straightening me out last week. Travis Frias made a nice stop at number 12 for the Raiders. And so here we go. The Raiders' defensive series setting up at the 35-yard line of the Packers. We need to see some good line push here from this defensive line to kind of block some things up.
Pretty big line. I mean, it's not a huge line when it comes to height, if you will. There's some beef up there, but a lot of athleticism as well for South St. Paul. They'll come out. Cade Sexauer, starting quarterback. He works under center split backs. One receiver out to each side is South St. Paul in their white with maroon. Hands off right up the middle and a huge carry. He runs like Trey Petrich, too. And that is number 5 on the carry. And we talked about him in the pregame, Chase Benson. He's going to be one of the big carriers. And, boy, he just kind of goes up and down, not much dip at all on the shoulders, and he takes off.
And that was a perfect play call for the Raiders defense because they had a huge hold. They had a 4-man line there, but basically they were over the guards. And so there's a huge line or hole there over the center, and that's exactly where they went, right up the middle, right up the gut.
Right away now we have the Packers under center. Quarterback is Cade Sexauer, and yes, he is the son of head coach Chad Sexauer. He'll hand off to the fullback. Carrying the load up the middle this time is number 12, and we talked about him as well in the pregame. Jerry Rupp, Angel Rodriguez, he too, a 200-pound ball carrier, and with two 200-pound beefers in the backfield, Raiders have to pack their lunch and eat it.
We got to make an adjustment quickly because that was the exact same play to the other side of the center. Again, that huge gap over there where there was no nose tackle, and they just blew it right up past the other side, the right side of the center. Same play, same results, 15-yard gain.
Sexauer works under center primarily. That split back offense. And Sexauer again under center will hand off. Benson runs off left side and then carries a couple men with him. O'Connor in there trying to strip it after a gain of 6. And another very good run and a chewing up a handful of yards here. And on first down, a nice run brings up second and very short. And that's what South St. Paul does well, Jared.
That's right, and they're going right up the gut there. They're doing the old philosophy. We're going to run this play until you stop it. And that's what the Raiders are trying to do, trying to figure out how we stop this thing between the guard and the center because they're running on either side of that, and they're just blasting right through. Now they got a man over nose tackle. This is going to be a much better situation.
One receiver out to the right, one near side left as they work the left hash, South St. Paul. Keeping it this time, Sexauer runs off left, has first down yardage. He'll gain 5, and he will move the chains as he creeps up near the red zone. Call it the red zone. Ball spotted inside the 20.
Jake Molitor just missed Sexauer on that one. He shot through a gap, and he had a hand on him, but Sexauer was moving too quickly, got right past him. Guck was also in on that play, making the stop.
Sexauer, multi-sport athlete. Where's the number 2? White with maroon is South St. Paul Raiders in their blue tops, gold trim, gold helmets and pants. Split backs behind Cade Sexauer. Under 10 to play, first quarter, no score. South St. Paul first drive of the game. Sexauer will take it, run off tackle, left side this time. He's hit after a gain of 5 and a good sell. And again, assignment football. Raiders got to get their keys. It might take a drive here, but the Raiders are going to have to maintain their spots and make sure they know who they're going for each and every snap.
Exactly. It looks like that 3-down lineman is kind of a better situation rather than the 4, because the 4 were just splitting out too much in the middle, and they got too many yards on those first 2 plays. They're kind of stiffening it up now. They kind of figured it out, but boy, it's time to really get tight because they're down on the, 12-yard line, 13-yard line?
Raiders got to clamp down. More emergency vehicles. Boy, I hope everything's okay. 9:16 to go. Clock runs here at McNamara Stadium at Todd Field. Split backs, man in motion to the backfield. and that is 11, Max Bauer. And now Sexauer will give on the inside handoff, touchdown. Angel Rodriguez from 12 out, a quick touchdown up the middle. Every run up the middle, Jer, and the Raiders just couldn't stop it.
Well, Nick, I talked to you before or during commercial break. We needed a 6 and out. Unfortunately, this was not the 6 plays we needed to get out. Nice job once again by South St. Paul. That same play right between guard and center. Sexauer does a great job of selling that fake, whether it's a handoff or a fake handoff. He's hard to read, and the guys are having a hard time picking up who has the ball before the back is right through the hole and into the secondary.
That's what South St. Paul does. It has done forever. 6-0. Snap spot. Roarer's kick is into Rosemount. It's good. 7-0. A quick break, and we'll come back with more on KDWA and HCTV. We will be right back.
Those linebackers.
Not the start the Raiders wanted as Sam Roarer hits the extra point after the, I almost called him Alex Rodriguez, Angel Rodriguez, because, well, he's number 12, right?
Sure,
I mean, that's what
right.
he wore with the, I almost said Alex Rodriguez, but Angel Rodriguez, here's a left-footed boot. No, it's going to be a right-footed boot. Roarer kind of trying to deke the Raiders out. He kicked it out of bounds. What was that? All right, Raiders will take that or maybe make them re-kick it, but trying the directional kick. Raiders early in the season have dealt with that business too. I can't remember which game it was on the road where he had one go out of bounds. The Raiders said, go ahead and kick it over. It was St. Thomas, and they ended up getting worse field position. We were down at the 5-yard line or something.
Right, yeah, exactly. When you get the ball at the 35-yard line, why would you not take that?
Right.
That's a great return. And you think about it, if the guy can kick it even to the goal line, you're going to have a hard time getting to the 35. We'll take that and not get anybody hurt. That was kind of a goofy play. They tried to get cute, and quite frankly, it just right out. I mean, it was not even close. It was clearly headed right out of bounds.
That was what I was looking for in my explanation on the radio was and that was it.
There
But
you go.
unfortunately, that
Big
was
old raspberry.
We'll give it to the Raiders at the 35. We'll take every raspberry they want to give us tonight. Is under center is Trey Rogers, senior quarterback. He'll hand off on the jet sweep. It's given to LaFleur. First hit, nice hit, but then the second one cleaned him up. Minimal gain, if that. And LaFleur took a big shot. Kind of had some back tightness last week. Didn't affect him at practice in this short week. He's back ready to go again. He's going to be a big key in keeping that football on our side of the field here tonight, Jer, and making sure that we keep the clock in our side, keep possession, and keep this game close.
Yeah, it looked close. It looked promising there. LaFleur had a shot there. John Cole was battling with his man, and the man got free just last second and kind of knocked down LaFleur.
No gain official. Well, looks like a half a yard. 2nd and 10 on the scoreboard, though. 8:30 to go. Man in motion to the backfield. LaFleur will try the left side. He will hit the hole, spin ahead, gain 5. We'll take that. 3rd down and about 4 for Hastings as they run it right up the middle of the field. Call it the 31 or so, Jer. Nice run there by LaFleur. He has been really good, I think, on the inside. The trap gives some of those delayed plays as opposed to getting outside where TJ's really made his money there.
Well, like we said, he had 20 carries last week for 96 yards, 98 yards. So, he's definitely getting the thing done. And like we said, our golden zone over there with Alex Foster and Jack Tuzno, doing the job over there on that left side of the line.
Tuzi is all he said we have to call him, Jerry.
There
You know
go.
that. We'll take that every day of the week, too. This is a fake handoff, keeping it and putting a pass up on a screen. Caught OC up the left side, first down. He carries a man near midfield. Look at that little sneaky screen. Left side set up beautifully, blocked well, gain of 15, move the chains. How about that?
Snifty, nifty. I like that one. That was a nice play action. Trey sold the play action there. Got just enough on that football out there to O'Connor. O'Connor got that ball into his hands, and he had some clear running room, and a great job getting out to the sideline. But, hey, first down, move the chains, baby. Here we go.
You remember Amp Lee with the Vikings and how many years in the early 90s that he would run that little screen like that to perfection? Yeah, Amp Lee, I did say it. Close formation again, wing T, Raiders left hash. Under center is Rogers. Pitch out left. It's TJ. Hits midfield. That's all he got. Maybe got back to the line, and that's it.
Hard running right there. He put his head down. He knew he was going to get hammered, and he just put down the old battering ram and was like, "This, I'm going to take this for the team. Here we go." Didn't get much. He got maybe a half a yard at the most. I don't know. But, good hard running.
I don't care as long as we keep moving chains and eating clock and getting in the end zone at the end of this drive, Jer.
Exactly.
South St. Paul wants to play fast. Raiders don't.
No.
But you still want to end every drive with a score, especially when you got to answer these Packers.
Yep, I get some points.
No playing from behind tonight. Maybe this first drive, and that's it. Under center. Raiders again, wing T. They hand off LaFleur. Left side, finds room. Gets a good block, too, as he squirted up left side again, and he gets about 4 or 5.
Right there, already we're seeing in the first quarter here that the field is going to get slippery. He tried to make his cut, and I saw his feet slide out from underneath him. So, we're going to have to deal with that. And we talked about that in the Tartan game, too. You have to take better angles, not so much cutting back. You have to make sure that your footing is sure and don't slide out.
Drake Guck and Levi Zach did a nice job of setting the edge and really getting an opportunity for LaFleur to cut back and gain those 5 yards. 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 officially on the scoreboard. Ball at the 46 of South St. Paul. Raiders with it. And the pitch out to O'Connor on 3rd down. He will gain about 3, but it's not enough here for a first down, and the Raiders will likely be, there's Rogers over there chatting. I don't see the punt team coming out. Raiders are going to have a little bit of intestinal fortitude here and go for it on 4th down and 1.5 yards.
You have nothing to lose right now. Everything to gain. Just punch it up there. I can see a quarterback sneak here and have Pottinger push him from behind, or O'Connor push him from behind here. Push that extra 1.5 yards you need.
I see him bark him off sides, try to do that even here. Long count, maybe. Nope, he's going to go for it on the pitch. It's going to go to OC. Tough yards, falls ahead. I don't think he got it.
Depends on where the spot is. I don't know. The official over here, the side judge, give him a favorable spot.
This looks good. Jared, that
so.
Spot's beautiful.
Yep.
That spot's very nice. That spot should be a first down. That spot is so close.
It was a favorable spot there by the side judge.
Oh, now they moved it back.
No, Al, it's...
Oh, man,
they're
this is going to be a measurement.
Awfully close.
The ball's on like the 40. Is it even on the 40?
No, it's on the 40
I don't think
and
he
a
got
half.
it. I don't think he got it then. I think he needed to be right at the 40.
It's going to be awfully darn tight. And we can't see really because the South St. Paul players are right along the sideline. That's where the ball is too. So even on the screen here, the monitor, it's hard to see.
If we can get that top look, guys, on the screen there. The look from up top. Nope, South St. Paul stopped us.
I think they got it by half a ball length.
Yeah, it looks like right about that.
So close. O'Connor almost punched out over the top. He got his legs taken off from underneath him. He dove for it as best he could, but just seriously, a quarter of the football short from getting that first down. But, okay, so he pushed the ball down to the South St. Paul 41-yard line. Now the Raiders, they've seen that play up the middle between the guard and center. They have to defense that, get tight. Godswill Pepple's in there over the nose tackle, or over the guard, or center, excuse me. He's playing nose tackle over the center. He's got to get some good penetration and just disrupt some things.
He's going to have to. You got to get that first initial stop. As soon as they hit the line, you got to get a guy there to slow him down at least. Split backs behind Cade Sexauer. 2 receivers off left, 1 off the line. Now in motion to the near side, Bauer. He'll come out right. And now here's Sexauer running, keeping the football. Spins away from one man, got an extra 3 yards, gain of 6.
They had Sexauer kind of bottled up there, but they've got to make sure they wrap up. It's one thing to get the man kind of slowed down, but you've got to wrap him up because Sexauer is too good of an athlete. He's going to turn loose, spin out of there, and keep going for more positive yardage.
5:05 to go. Clock runs here. First quarter of play at McNamara Stadium at Todd Field. A beautiful Wednesday weather-wise. 7-0. Packers lead. They have the football, and the Raiders need to stop early. Under center, Sexauer, quarterback, left-hander. Where's the number 2? Puts a man in motion, Bauer, who stops behind Sexauer, comes back near side, fake the handoff. Cade takes it again, right up the middle, has room, gets across the 45 to the 40, carries a man, and Noah Bazowski to the 39 of the Raiders, a big first down, gain of 11.
He's a big kid. He's going to be hard to bring down. You definitely have to get him down around the ankles, around the knees, whatever. You cannot tackle him up on top of the shoulder pads because he will just carry you with him. Look at the size of him. He can carry some men, and he's definitely, once you get back in that secondary, there's a size mismatch there, so you've got to have perfect form tackling.
4:29 to go. First quarter, Sexauer will now take his time after getting to the line pretty quickly. Split backs, man in motion, Bauer to the backfield again. He'll go across the line this time to the right side, handoff up the middle. Raiders are ready for that. Little give on the inside, handoff to Benson. He'll get maybe 2, but 2 is a lot better than the 9 or 10 yards of carry he's been averaging early on.
Nice job by Drake Guck getting in there and making that play. Also, number 54. Who is that? He's not on our roster.
Who's wearing 54 tonight, guys? We have
I was pretty sure I saw 54. Maybe it was 58.
No, it's 54. You're right. Who's wearing 54 tonight, guys? Manny's taking a look for us. Yeah, I don't know who's wearing 54.
Mystery man.
Is that Tuesday?
No, he's, well.
Handoff right. No, serious. I'm being serious. Is that Tuesday? Is Jack wearing 54? That really looks like him.
You know, you might be right. I'm not sure why he would switch up from his normal 61, but that might be him.
That really looks like Tuesday.
I agree with you. Look at his stance. That definitely looks like him. Maybe his jersey was all messed up. He couldn't wear it. I don't know.
Abdoulaye Salam will gain 6. 3rd and 1 now. Big play for Hastings defensively on a, boy, this is bread and butter spot, though, for South St. Paul. They relish 3rd and 1 opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Sexauer. He will go ahead and go himself around the left edge, and he has more than enough. Carries a man with him, too, and this isn't going to be easy tonight, Jared.
No,
boy, oh, boy.
No. Nate Clemens learned a lesson right there, too. You cannot bump him. You've got to wrap him up. Clemens tried to put a shoulder to him, and it's just, you can't do that. You've got to wrap him up because his legs will keep going. He's just too big of a man to bring down with just kind of a little bump and grind.
Got to be physical with these guys.
That's
mandatory.
Right.
You know that they're going to do it to you. You got to come back and pop them right back in the mouth again yourself. And so far, well, we need to get it going. 2:45 to go in the first quarter. We're at 7-0 South St. Paul, but the Packers have pretty well owned the first quarter. Sexauer gives up the middle, and Rodriguez has his second touchdown. This one of 19 yards, and the Raiders are in trouble early.
Yes, they are. That was a nice job. The handoff there between the guard and the center once again, and Rodriguez found that hole there and just took a sidestep, and right through he went. Blew right through the secondary. I don't know what happened there, but there's no coverage there. He went in basically untouched.
6 plays, 59 yards. And it ends with a Rodriguez 19-yard touchdown run. Sam Rohrer will try to make the extra point kick here. Snap good, spot good, kicks up, and that one is good inside the right upright, and that'll be 14-0, 2:33 to go first quarter on KDWA and HCTV. We'll be right back. In the first quarter, and it's already 14-0, and that's one thing Jared and I said in the pregame Hastings could not do, and that's get behind 2 scores and expect to make it easy to come back. Taken by an up back right side, fixed up right up the right side of the field near the South St. Paul bench, and I'm trying to figure out who that is. 26, Nathan Miller, who ran it back pretty efficiently. First time we've said his name this year.
As I say, we didn't say him at all this year, and it was a nice job. Kind of bounced off Donovan Matson at first, kind of scored over his head, and then Miller tried to find a handle that kind of squirted through his legs a little bit. He picked it up, and sometimes those kind of plays, it works well because the kick team kind of relaxes for that split second. You get that little bit of a seam, and off he goes, and he got a nice 15, 20-yard run out of that situation. So that's great field position for the Raiders right now, sitting at the 45-yard line. Like you said before, we just need to establish some control and eat up some clock.
You're not going to score them all in one drive. You're down 2 scores, but like we said, this is even dire now just because of the way the Raiders' offense is built. Not really needing to, or not really wanting to play from behind. Wing T again. Raiders at the 45. Pitch out left side. That one's picked up by LaFleur out left. Finds a little room, keeps running, and Jerry, we talked about that last week, stretching it out, keep moving the legs, keep getting up the field. That's a 7 or 8 yard gain there, and a nice job of setting the pace outside by the receivers.
We talked about that last week at Apple Valley too, where we thought the guys that they were, instead of just keep going down the line, they were trying to cut it up inside, and they're allowing the defense to play into their strength. If you keep running outside, just be patient. Keep going, be patient. Something will open up right there. He got a nice 8-yard gain just by being patient and taking to the sideline.
When you see the guys in front of you, go ahead and do that. It's not like you're just trying to get a couple extra yards. When you see the blocking stack up, go ahead and go for it.
Right.
Find that sideline. Man in motion, Pottinger. He'll take it. He'll get out left side again, Jer. Beautiful run by TJ for 8. That's a first down. Move the chains. This is what we're talking about.
Exactly, and once again, we're going to our bread and butter side over there. Alex Foster and Jack Tuzna. Tuesday is getting a job done. Foster's getting a job done. They're definitely creating some holes, tying up those defensive linemen, so our running backs can get a chance to get out in that second level.
I'm trying to see if Tuesday is.
He is.
He is wearing 54.
It's 54. He changed numbers for tonight. Not sure why, but
Tuzna is 54. We have pretty well confirmed in motion is Pottinger left. Raiders back. They had two guys moving. That's coming back. Well, we had two guys moving, Dickie, so this is going to be for surely on
one
the
of which
Raiders.
was an alignment, which was never a good thing.
Johnny Cole was the first one.
Yeah, he's kind of upset about that. He can't believe he got called on that one, but yeah, a little bit of a hiccup there. Moving back 5 or 10. What is it?
10.
Wow. Ouch.
No, 5. Where are you going?
I was going to say, wait a minute. I thought it was going to be 5. I think they some new rules here.
Well,
like the Newlywed game, kind of jockey for position and figure it out here.
Well, Dick said we might have to, have a little second guessing once in a while with these fellas here tonight. 1:03 to go. Clock runs 14-0 though. Raiders down here in the final game of the regular season. Playoffs start Tuesday. And here's a handoff now to LaFleur, and he hits the hole and gets hit very hard as he saw that hole. Well, that lost about a yard and a half there for Hastings. The hole went away fast.
Yeah, number 45 for South St. Paul. Billy Roush looks like junior linebacker, 200 pounds. He basically hammered him. I mean, the hole was there, and just like that, boom, it was a brick wall.
Yeah. The accident was on 316 in Tuttle. There was an accident. That's where everybody's going, folks. So stay away from that area if you can. Trey Rogers putting up a pass right side, trying to find LaFleur, who was sprinting up the seam and just could not connect there. But the Raiders trying to stretch the D a little bit, give them a little more room to run.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole thing. You get the defense on us so they can't keep shooting up in the gap there of on the line of scrimmage. You had LaFleur and also Pottinger were in the general area. The ball was kind of thrown between them. Unfortunately, it was about 10 yards downfield in front of them.
So the ball's still at the 45 of South St. Paul. That's the good news. Bad news is it's 3rd and 15, and the Raiders very well in a likely passing situation again. Single back set here with LaFleur, the deep back. He'll take the pitch that was behind him, stacked it up nice. The Raider blockers will gain 7 back, but that's not going to be enough. We'll see if this perhaps could be 4-down territory as well, but we will have to wait until the start of the second quarter where it's 14-0 South St. Paul after 1 quarter of play on KDWA and HCTV. We'll be right back. That's where South St. Paul will start then at the 20. 1st down and 10 for the Packers. Unfortunate set of circumstances there. We would have loved to make South St. Paul go the distance on a drive if making it at all.
Exactly. We were talking a little bit earlier there that South St. Paul so far has not been worried about the pass threat. On the last play that the Raiders run on offense, South St. Paul had 9 of their 11 guys inside the box, the tackle box. So good luck sledding through that when you got 9 guys. We've got to try to find a way to loosen up that defense a little bit and make them play a little bit more honest.
Raiders defensively need to find a way to slow the rushing attack of this South St. Paul team. They run split backs again. Man in motion, Bauer to the backfield. He'll hit his brakes, tap Sexauer on the backside. It must be some sort of a tell in what they're going to do, and the handoff up the middle doesn't get too much, but still positive. Yeah, that's not too much, but 5. We'd take that not too much on our side every time, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, we would, but at least we're not giving them 15 yards of pop there, and that's that same play between guard and center. Their center is 300 pounds going against Godswill Peppo, which is 196. Godswill's got his work cut out for him tonight.
He is going to be tired at the end of the evening. There's no doubt about that. Under center, Sexauer split backs. He will run himself right side. Raiders have him wrapped up and thrown down. Gain of about 2 yards for number 2. 3rd down and we'll say 3. Nice stop by the Raiders as the guys come in from the corner, and it looked like 33, Devin Redding coming in to make a play.
Devin Redding's getting some playing time tonight. It's nice to see him in the lineup there. I know he was hoping earlier in the season to get some more playing time, and now he's getting his chance, and he's making the most of it right now.
Got him kind of as a linebacker slash...
Yeah, outside linebacker looks like.
Yeah, outside linebacker to 3-4.
Yep.
Exactly, as he comes up to the line here. 3rd down and 2, Sexauer under center, puts a man in motion, and the Raiders jumped. That is not what we needed, and that will give a first down to South St. Paul.
Yep.
And an unforced error shoots ourselves in the foot with a big caliber bullet. Now we're going to have to
start over again, new set of downs. Yeah, they must have done something in there that really tipped off our guys because both Guck and Toozy jumped on that one. So they must have seen something that drew them off sides. I don't know if it was a hard count, didn't seem like a hard count, but something moved in there that drew them off.
We got to recover. First and 10, South St. Paul, their own 33, 10:22 to go. Second quarter, first half, 14-0 Packers. Sexauer, the lefty, he'll pass. He's got a man off his fingertips. Like we said, they're going to do it about 2, 3, 4 times a game. You better be ready. And that time, Alex Rapello, he was almost off to the races, and if it hadn't gone off his fingertips, that was gone.
Yeah, that would have been a DFS, deep for 6. Clemens and Streeter got split by that little kind of a slant route there and a light slant, but he was wide open and it just went right off his hand. So Raiders dodged a huge bullet on that one. We'll take second and 10. Now we need 2 more good plays here just to keep them from getting that 10 yards they need on the ground.
Raiders are going to have to force a few fumbles tonight, Jared. They're just going to have to.
Here.
They're not going to throw the ball a lot.
No.
And the ones that they do throw, like we said, we might be a step behind just trying to, I don't want to say cheat a little bit, but that's kind of what it is in an offense like this. Under center, Sexauer, 10:13 to go, second quarter. He will hand off to the up back, carries him up the middle. Benson will gain almost first down yards.
Again, hit his up back. He just hit the hole really quickly and got through into the second line. And, you know, for whatever reason, our linebackers aren't able to recover quick enough to make that play. You know, he's hitting our third level very quickly, and so now our D-backs are having to make that play.
That's the thing I'm seeing, Jerry, is that all of these guys running the ball, they're getting through that initial line of
two levels
so fast.
Yes, that our D-backs are having to make the play.
We just don't see it that fast very often, and that's what the Raiders are running into here now. 9:48 to go, second quarter, first half, 14-0. Sexauer takes off up the middle, carries half the Raider team for 7, still trying to push the pile, and finally the whistle blows. I mean, I thought we were going to wait until maybe Halloween to blow that whistle, but Sexauer gets thrown down a little extra for all of his hard running, and that'll be a gain of about 7 right at midfield.
Something you don't want to say is moral victories. The Raiders got a hold of Sexauer at the very end, and they pushed that scrum backwards, so it didn't matter. He got his positive yards. You can't have moral victories. You need to have some points. You need to have some stops so the Raiders' offense can get on track.
I want points right now. I want an interception. I want a fumble recovery. I want a scoop and score. I want something to get those fans on the far side crazy, yelling, screaming, and jumping. Let's see if we can do it here at midfield. 2nd and 3, Raider defense out there looking to buckle down. Here's the handoff now, giving up the middle. Roar carries half the pile. And that ball, did that come out? No, they're just pushing the pile. Yep. Look at how physical they are. They're just going up to the Raiders and saying, here, take this. Here, take this. Oh, you like that? We're going to give you some more of it. And they keep doing it over and over and over again.
Yeah, again, we talked about the size advantage, the weight advantage of the South St. Paul line. You got some boys that are pretty big fellas up there. You know, you've got your one tackle, it's 280 pounds, your guard is 300 pounds, another guy is 260. The linebacker makes the contact with the running back, but then here comes the offensive lineman to hit him in the back and push him down the road.
Unbelievable, just the way that this team can run the football at will sometimes. Bauer again in motion. Back to pass is Sexauer. Deep has his man, but overthrew him. Sexauer beating himself off the top of the helmet, and I don't blame him. He knew he had his man, and that too to the house. Raiders, again, and South St. Paul's doing the same thing to Hastings. They're noticing they're not getting 15 yards of carry like they did the first 2 drives. They got to stretch the D a little bit. They've done it twice now. We got to be careful, or one of these are going to hit for a big one.
Well, Coach Strange said earlier this week, assignment sure that the D-backs have to make sure they're watching their man and not getting suckered up into that run inside, which is what's starting to happen. They're such focused on the inside running game there.
Our safeties are playing linebacker literally. If you look at where they're at right now, it's almost a 5-4 hybrid setup with 2 men playing on the outside. Handoff goes up the middle, carrying a pile, gaining 4, maybe 5, maybe 4, we'll say. Third down.
It's a good position for the Raiders, a third down here with relatively long yardage to go for South St. Paul, but gosh, they can just hammer that thing in there again.
I will say, though, Jared, that Sam Rohrer is probably the best kicker in of the teams in the Metro East Conference.
Wow.
I know we're on this,
Sure.
different, whatever
Right.
groupings, but Roar, for all lack of better terms, probably the best kicker out of the Metro East schools. Under center is Sexauer, and South St. Paul makes a mental mistake for once.
We'll take that.
What's that, their first penalty other than the kick out of bounds?
Number 67, Spencer Wasala. Looks like offensive lineman there. He's a 12th grader, 260 pounds. Made a little bit of an extra effort there before the snap count.
Mr. Craig confirmed second penalty total for South St. Paul. Their first and only before that was the kick out of bounds by Roar, where admittedly they probably just trying to get a little too cute. Now it's 3rd down and 9. The Raiders' best chance in the game at maybe forcing a punting situation. Watch Brandiker lining
watch
up
his
now.
pass here.
Yeah, he's so big.
And that's what
Back
they're
to
going
pass, and here is a screen right into space. Raiders trying to get a stop. They do. Nice effort by Devin Redding. Heck of a play on 3rd down. Grabbed a hold and didn't let go and got some help from Joey Stricker. What a great play.
That was a great job by Redding. He reached down, got one leg, got just a hold of it, just enough for Stricker to come in and finish him off. That was a nice job by Redding on an open field tackle. Tough situation. He was being blocked out of the play, still kept his ground, held in there, got his shoulder square, and made that tackle.
Nice job by the HCTV posse for getting a good look at that ankle tackle by Devin Redding and the combined effort between he and Joey Stricker, who hits like a ton of bricks in his own right. Now forcing a potential punting situation. And I'll tell you what, Nathan Brandiker is one of the best slap shots in the league when it comes to Winter and the hockey team. I don't want to see him much this year either, as the Raiders now are getting a man off the field a little late. And now we're going to get a whistle. I think the Raiders called timeout.
Yep, they did.
We'll take one as well. 6:13 to go in the half. 14-0 South St. Paul on KDWA and HCTV. Now we're back here on KDWA, also on HCTV and their Facebook live feed. Nick Tuckner, Jerry Rupp, Dick Craig, Matty Hill, host of many. We'll have more with Dick in the halftime break and also in our postgame and for our updates 20 minutes after the hour in through tomorrow. And then we will have more, of course, in our weekend review, another recap of Dickie's for the weekend review, of course, our top stories of the week. And this, obviously, win or lose, will be one of the, if not the top stories of the week, other than the girls and what they did yesterday in winning the Metro East Conference swimming title, which I cannot say enough.
And diving.
And dive. Don't forget about diving, Nicholas. Spinning kick by Brandiker, and a good one. Takes a hop, and that's a good one, too. It's going to be down at about the 10. So Raiders will have about 90 to go. But like we were saying off the air, Jer, you got 6:03 in a two-possession game. Get it down the field, score a touchdown. You get the ball to open the second half. You score a touchdown and get the extra point here. You make it 14-7, and you eat up a lot of this clock. You're going to feel pretty darn good heading into the break.
It could change the complexion of the game totally if you can just slow down that freight train in South St. Paul. Get your own score, like you said. Be down by 1 going into halftime. Ball back. That'd be a great position for the Raiders.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I'll take that into halftime. Let's do it. Raiders will work the spread here, though. First time tonight. Rogers with the shotgun snap. And he will hand it off to LaFleur. Finds room. Cuts back right side. 20, 30, 35, 40. Near midfield. Cuts back. 45. Down at the 43. One of the most explosive runs of the season. It comes from Corbin LaFleur. And the Raiders are across midfield. Well, maybe we won't take the whole 6 minutes. A nice run by number 3.
Nice job. That spread offense opened up everything, took everybody out of the tackle box, and hit a great play there. LaFleur took off run. I think that's probably just a few yards farther than Petrich's big run of the first game of the year. Best run of the season so far. Too bad he didn't have some jets like that guy we had last year.
Right. Oh, remember him? Yeah. Don't forget about Ovi. You know, we'll have to keep an eye and see what he's been doing, too. We'll get an update on a lot of our guys in college. Here's a handoff now as LaFleur hit the hole and then runs right back into him, man. It still gains positive yards. After he hit the first guy, he was kind of confused. Well, what's going on? I still have room to run, and he runs up right into the awaiting arms of a linebacker, but still gains some yards.
Russie down there on the sideline has to fix the down marker. He's got fourth down and 10.
Who's doing it down there?
Russ Anderson.
Oh, Russ. Hey, yo.
There you go. He's
hey,
on it.
attaboy.
Attaboy,
He
Russie.
heard us there.
He's on it.
5:12 to go, first half, but after the Raiders' most explosive play of the game and maybe of the last couple weeks, they have the football in South St. Paul territory called the 42-yard line. 2nd and 9, Raiders work the gun again, spread offense. Back to pass, Trey has a man in the slot. It's caught for a first down, and that is Noah Coleman. And we're going to say his name a little bit, I think, the next couple weeks. He was out early in the year, hurt himself on a couple of kicking drills in week 1, has eased himself back in on some special teams, has gotten some run on offense and defense, and right there, the biggest catch of his varsity career.
I tell you what, kudos to Coleman, because he went down with a high ankle sprain in warm-ups the first game. Anybody who's had a high ankle sprain, man, that's a bugger to come back from. Very negative injury. And he's a shifty little guy. He can make that catch, and he can get around. And this is the kind of play I like to see with those little short passes. Let your guys do what they can do in space.
Kirchhoff will split out wide left. In the slot will be the aforementioned Noah Coleman. Right is Streeter. Handoff now is to LaFleur. Finds room again. Left side. Breaks the tackle. Back into the middle of the 30 to the 27. And that, again, a shifty little run. It gained about 5, but just the elusiveness. That was all talent by number 3 that time. And a good block as well there set at the end by Kirchhoff, who just got in the way of a guy by accident.
LaFleur was so shifty, he jumped right out of his shoe. He even faked his shoelaces
He did,
off.
didn't he?
He did. He had to come out for a play because he lost his shoe. Now, that's some shifty running right there, boy.
Well, you take a shifty runner out, you bring a guy that might have a little more jitterbug to him, and number 11, Jacob Piney, who got his first varsity touchdown in a well-deserved effort last week. Here's a fake handoff, go himself. It's Trey up the right side, will rumble ahead near first down yardage.
Very close to first down yards. A nice job with the fake handoff and just moving the ball. This is the kind of offense we like to see. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Getting out of that predictability. That passing game has really now opened up South St. Paul. They're no longer putting 9 guys inside the tackle box. They realize they have to be honest and play with their receivers, because we will throw those little quick curls, little quick slants, and get those little guys, little shifty little water bugs out there moving in space.
And we haven't had those quick curls and those for the whole season. Now you got 3 guys out there that can run those plays. Here we go. Fake the handoff, bobbled snap actually is what happened. This is going to be 4th down, and this is out of Lewanski's range. You don't even try that here. You're not punting. You better not punt here.
You got to go. That's really unfortunate. Trey, there was a shotgun snap, and Trey just didn't get the handle on it. And by the time he got the ball, he turned around and tried to make something out of nothing, and he ran right into the backside of Toozy. Toozy's blocking his man, and, it wasn't anybody's fault, but Trey just, boom, right into him, and down he went.
As expected, a very fast first half. It's 7:40 right now, so this first half has taken a grand total of 40 minutes so far, and we're only at 2:44 to go in the half, and then we'll go in and hang out for a while in the locker room. 2:40 to go, clock does run. We're at 4th down and 5. Raiders work the shotgun. Big play, biggest offensive play of the game. Slant, almost intercepted. And that will turn the ball over with 2:31 to go. And now South St. Paul has the ball and a chance themselves to all of a sudden go from 14-6, 14-7. Now South St. Paul, with a couple of nice plays, can make it 21-0 in pretty quick fashion.
That's right. South St. Paul, I believe, has all their timeouts left. Raiders only have 2 timeouts left, but Raiders don't want to use timeouts at this point. You want to get that clock burned up. It's a good idea with that quick curl there. And Trey probably picked the wrong man to throw to, and that inside there, he threw it on the wrong spot of Coleman, the wrong side of Coleman, and was almost picked off.
So Sexauer comes out under center, split backs behind him. Ball is at the 28 of the Packers. Again, the Raiders will get the football to open up the second half. He'll hand off up the middle, and there's Rodriguez, and he's been flying through the Raider D all game. Hastings trying to strip that ball out. Rodriguez does a nice job of hanging on to the handle. He'll gain almost 20 yards on a first down carry, and that'll move the chains. And now South St. Paul will try to get set up half quickly, as they don't want to, again, leave the Raiders with any time, but they want to have enough to put something in the end zone. I don't blame them. Credit South St. Paul. 1 receiver each side, right up the middle of the field. Ball's at the 44. He'll keep it himself and run right into Johnny Cole. He ain't going too far when big number 60 is just sitting there waiting for you to take off.
Cole, Guck, and Jack Kateria, the triple trio there, got in there and made an initial stop or initial contact by Cole, and then Guck and Kateria helped finish him off and stopped him for basically a yard gain.
That's how you stop the option, Jared. First guy wraps him up. Friends are in to clean it up.
That's right. Stand him up, knock him down.
Assignment football. 2 receivers left. Split backs behind Sexauer. He gained 1 on first down. He'll run right into the outstretched arms this time of number 33, Devin Redding, who's been fantastic tonight defensively.
Redding is having himself one sort of game right now so far. This is fun to watch him in this first half. He's definitely trying to make a difference on the Raiders side.
We got to keep putting Guy on quarterback every single play. I don't care if you swing and miss, or if he even has the ball. We got to start putting a guy on the quarterback every play because, you know what, 6 times out of 10, he's keeping the football.
Got to have a spy on him.
Keep it going, boys. 3rd down and long. No gain officially. Split backs behind the quarterback, lefty, Sexauer. Bauer will tap Sexauer on the backside. Handoff goes up the middle. The Raiders wrap him up right away. 4th down, and the Raiders' best defensive drive of the game may come in the final defensive drive of the first half.
Big Luke Chamberlain there. Junior got on that one. He made the stop, wrapped him up, sat down, says, "You ain't getting away from me, bro."
They're going to try to throw it in the end zone here. They're not. There's no reason for them to do anything else.
Just chuck it. He has the arm. He can definitely. We've seen him overthrow his man. He can throw it up there. Our D-backs are maybe a little short on the height side there compared to their. Oh, now they're going to call a timeout.
We're going to keep it here just because we're so close to halftime.
Yeah.
Halftime, we'll have Dick Craig's statistics for you folks on the radio. For you folks that are watching on HCTV, we will have a little bit of a cut-in during the halftime break sometime when all the folks with camera and the board and everything else get ready. And we'll have a little quick update during the half, and then we'll come back and have our second half of action, and then Dick will be back again for you radio listeners with the post-game recap that we'll also have in our sports updates 20 minutes after the hour as soon as we get back to the station, and that'll be doubled up with our feature interview today. That's Coach Katie McAlpin of the conference champion Hastings girls swimming and diving team, and it looks like Piney's going back and thinking that he might be able to return something. I would probably guess here that they're not going to give too much for Piney to handle if they do actually kick it with Brandiker, who, again, one of the better punters in our conference.
They can't get us to jump off sides for first down because they're beyond 5 yards, so that's good. So that's pointless.
Let's not try to do that anyway.
No, boys. You know, we're not getting points out of this, but there finally is a positive to go in to the locker room. A stop, huge stop.
Don't get me wrong, I'd love a return for touchdown here. 26 seconds left. I don't know if they're going to even let him touch the ball. Snap, decent. Brandiker up, boot, right-footed kick. It's high, but it's going to go out of bounds. It's a terrible kick. It's out of bounds, probably at the 30. You stop right there, Stripes. No. He's going to go back to the 26. I don't think so. It was more like the 36, but that's fine. Raiders will take the football with 18 seconds left. They get the ball to open the half.
I think he did a better job as a parking lot attendant out there. He kind of waved me in.
Did he? Really?
Oh, yeah,
well,
he was a parking lot attendant before the game, so that was kind of nice of him. Maybe he doubles, moonlights as a referee, and he's a parking lot guy during the day. I don't know.
I thought he was shining shoes at the bowling alley. That's what I thought he was doing.
I told him to shine my car, but I didn't get too far with that one.
That's something that we
gave
might
me a salute.
Yeah, I bet he did. I don't want to. Well, that's for after the game. We'll talk about. But no, I think the next couple days, Jerry. I mean, you look at 60s, and maybe 70 degrees. I think washing the car might be in order for us guys here this weekend. Take our halftime break coming up momentarily. Raiders will come out of the spread though. It doesn't look like take a knee formation here. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left side. Trey back to pass. Looks for an open receiver. Has time. Rolling right. In trouble. Will try to run, and he's down. 10 seconds left. Raiders got one more timeout if they want to use it, but I don't think they're going to.
No.
Probably just take it into the locker room. 3 seconds left, 2-1, and that's it for the first half of play. 14-0 South St. Paul. We'll have more, including Dick Craig stats, in just a little bit on KDWA and HCTV. It's halftime at McNamara Stadium at Todd Field, and at the half, the Hastings Raiders football team has a deficit of 14 to deal with right now, and it wasn't a very good first quarter. Second quarter was a little bit better. Raiders moved the ball a little bit, just couldn't score. Kind of been the mantra for the season, really. A lot of times Raiders have put together some drives, but we just can't finish and find a way into the end zone. That really was the modus operandi for the first half of play, really. First quarter was tough, though. 9:05, Angel Rodriguez, a 12-yard touchdown run. Sam Rohrer made the kick. Made it look easy that first drive, made it 7-0, and then Rodriguez, the 19-yard run from Rohrer again, getting the extra point, and that made it 14-0. So Rodriguez, 2 touchdown runs, 1 of 12, 1 of 19. No scoring in the second quarter, although the Raiders, like we said, moved the ball a little bit. They also slowed South St. Paul a little bit. They were averaging, about 10, 12, 13 yards a carry in that first quarter. Not as many, even forced a couple punts in the second quarter. You got to take the good with the bad in a 14-0 game. We're down by 2 scores here, and the Raiders will get the ball to open up the second half, and hopefully they're going to be able to get something going right away in the second half, getting that football. Raiders need a score. Like we've talked about before, they cannot play from behind for very long. They're going to have to get it going right when they come out of the locker room, and that's when we'll be back with you folks next, and on TV anyway. But we will come back with Dick Craig stats for those of you listening on the radio in just a few moments. Beautiful night. Score not so beautiful. It's 14-0 South St. Paul. We'll be back with more in just a moment on KDWA and HCTV. We'll be right back. I wonder if the guys and gals across the street want to go ahead and deliver me over a Reuben. That would be absolutely wonderful right now. Because
I go for a Wimpy cheeseburger.
Oh, Wimpy would be good right now, too. Absolutely. That does sound good. And if I can get my tail out of the station at a normal time here tonight, I might be filing my way in there for one later on. 8:04 p.m. here. This is KDWA Hastings, AM 1460, 97.7 FM, KDWA.com, and also joined in simulcast / double teaming with HCTV as they have their Facebook Live deal going again here tonight. And I'm sure it will be kind of depends on what happens here tonight. The Raiders, if they win this evening, would be at home Tuesday. If they lose, they're on the road. And that's as plain and simple as it gets, fans. I don't want to say that's easy to explain, but we thought a couple weeks ago that we'd have a home game no matter what just because we beat Sibley. Well, Sibley's got 3 wins all of a sudden.
Yeah, things change in the course of a couple of weeks.
Well, and that darn QRF, they don't seed it with just, a meeting anymore. They go by formulas and all that business. So
math.
Exactly. Don't need it. Here we go, second half about to begin here on KDWA. Nick, Jerry, Dick, Manny, a host of many others as we boot it away left to right. That's Sam Rohr with a kick, and that one's going to end up at the island. And we'll have a ball at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10, as that one was booted pretty good. And Rohr now has the wind. And the Raiders will have the football here. 1st and 10 from the 20, 80 yards to go, and time to put together another one of those drives where you piece it together, chew up some clock. We got to end it, though, in points, Jared. We've said it so many times throughout the year with this style of offense, but the Raiders have found a couple of seams and chinks in the armor, and we got to exploit them starting on this drive.
That spread offense at the beginning of that last series, the spread offense, and LaFleur broke one for about 45 yards. That was the kind of play we needed. Again, right here, spread offense. Well, right now they're tight, but we need to spread out and open it up again.
Wing tee, right away, man in motion to the near side. Pitch out, be set up now as LaFleur cuts back left side, and then is hit from behind. Ouch. But he still stays on his feet, gets near first down yardage. That's a fantastic 9-yard gain on first down, and even those runs, you get 9 yards, it really opens up the playbook here on second and very short.
Let me tell you, toughness of LaFleur there, and you can tell with the wrestling background he has. A couple guys tried to make arm tackles on him, and he just shrugged them off and kept going for that extra yardage, and that's the way and then he put his head down at the very end to make a 9-yard run. Great job by LaFleur.
They worked the wing tee to start the second half. Played a little bit of both wing tee and spread in the first half. Now under center is Rogers, senior quarterback, man in motion. Handoff will go to Coleman. He tiptoes across the 30, runs hard into a man, gained 3 more. Unsaid burst into the line, and that will be enough for a first down left side. Noah Coleman moves the chains for the blue and gold guys.
Oh, that was so close to breaking it. Toozy had his man Brown. He basically turned him inside. He had that seam right there. Looks like Kirchhoff had a hard time handling his man, but one block away from breaking for a big gain there.
Jack Tusnow wearing number 54 tonight, fans, if you're watching on your screen along with our audio tonight, or if you're in the stands wondering who the heck's 54, well, that's your guy. Jack Tusnow, one of the leaders. Here's a handoff up the middle. That's not going to go too far, and Corbin LaFleur does his best to keep moving for plus yards, and he might get 1+ yard, and we'll take it second down, better than minus 1 yard.
Exactly, and South St. Paul just sent back in their 300-pound nose tackle. Tough sled on the inside there. Foster, which Foster was that? Nick Foster, he's a pretty big boy himself. It's a pretty good matchup there, but again, up in the middle there, that's tough yardage.
Trey Rogers with the offense out again, working the wing tee this drive in particular, man in motion. is going to be Noah Coleman. Pitch out right side, stacking it up nicely. Great block, great run as LaFleur will get near a first down again. I think he's very close. If not, it's going to be third and extremely short.
I agree with you. It looks like it's about a third and a yard. It's very close. They're eyeing her up right now.
Move it.
There you go. Referee gives them a first down.
Jared, this is what we needed, man. I know it's early in the drive, but chunk, 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 chunk. You know, you got 1 yard on the one play, but you came back. You put together another 10 yards.
Well, and I tell you what I saw out there, which was really cool, probably the smallest guy in the football field, Noah Coleman out there was leading that charge and threw a huge block to spring LaFleur for that extra yardage. Great job by our Mighty Might.
All 130 or so pounds of number 15, but he has been a nice find since coming back into the lineup after that ankle injury. Wing T, man in motion. TJ Pottinger getting a rare carry tonight as he gets back right side. He almost had it broken. He does have it broken to the 50. Across midfield, then taken down. That is a first down as well. How about that for tough yards? Almost all of them. It looked like first initial touch, and then it was all TJ after that for a big gainer.
Exactly. He was stopped for no gain, and he just kept his legs going, kept going, kind of slid off a guy to the right side, found that open area over there. Good thing he wrapped the ball up at the very end because they're trying to strip that ball from him at the very end, but he did a good job of wrapping up and get that first down yardage.
Yak yards, as they call it. Yards after carry, or yards after contact, I should say. Initial contact, those yards counted up after that first push. And now here's a pitch out left side. LaFleur. Get it stacked up nice. Come out left side. Keep running. Keep going. 5 yards. Jared, we talked about this last week in the first half of this game, and the Raiders are doing a nice job of stretching the field. It seems like they might not be running for a whole lot, but that's another 5-6 yards on first down. That's huge.
Yes, I think they looked at their game film last week and realized, okay, if you just keep going the outside there, something will open up. There'll be an open field for you, and that's what he did. Coleman tried to lay a great block, but unfortunately the play was just a little slow developing, but Noah was out there trying to lay a block again. Great job by Coleman downfield.
LaFleur at 104 on the ground so far. 9:11 to go, third quarter. On pace for a big game. Trey throws it up. He's got a man behind the coverage. And then he steps in front of him. And the coverage on TJ Pottinger, I thought he was behind him, just underthrew him. It looked like the D-back kind of never looked back, but unfortunately they don't call it. And
that was totally pass interference. The defensive back had his back to the ball. He never saw it coming. He had his arms up. He was face guarding.
Can we see that again, HCTV guys, the coverage on that?
That was unbelievable. Look,
again,
watch this.
Trey Rogers was passing, and it was a deep ball down the middle of the field, and never looked back. It hit him. It hit the body first. Okay, I'll give him that. But still, the contact came after the ball hit the South St. Paul player. I get it. Pitch out right side. It's going to be LaFleur. He gets back into the middle again, rides the hash mark, and that's not enough for a first down. 4th and 2 or 3, and this has kind of been what has shot us in the foot. We've gotten 40 or 50 yards on a drive. We get across midfield, and then all of a sudden it's 4th and short, and we got to get it this time, Jerry. We haven't gotten it the first couple times.
No, you're right, and you know what? We have some positive yards going here. I think we got some good feelings. The guys are feeling good about themselves. Get a 2-yard push. Here we go.
8:30 to go here, third quarter. This time they sneak it, and I don't know if he got it or not. I looked at the second penetrator.
I think he
push,
did.
Got it.
The side judge on the near side here is making a good spot for the Raiders. I think this time he may just have gotten the ball.
Yeah, he did get it this time. Yeah, he did.
There we go.
Thank you.
Good deal.
I really wanted to see us go to the, open it up in the spread a little bit again, just because that gives South St. Paul thinking, what's going to happen? It's still run the QB keeper.
Yep. I do like that QB keeper call right there because Trey has got enough strength where he can push that in there. If he gets any kind of a line push at all from his guard and center, he's going to get that first down.
And credit the Raiders pushing around a 300-pound dude.
Yeah.
Bye, Trish. Bye, Trish. That was nice. I got my smooch, I guess, to round out my day. Nice way to end the evening here, I suppose. And the better way would be a big victory. Here's a sack, though, as Trey Rogers is nailed immediately. And that was an all-on blitz. Rodriguez was the first one in there defensively, and he got some help there as well from number 45, Bailey Bosch. She steps in, and a big sack and a big loss. Loss is 6 for the Raiders.
That was a jailbreak from the Packers. They just all came on that one, and Trey had nowhere to go. He was backing up going, uh-oh, I see a whole lot of white. I'm going down.
We haven't seen that all game from
No. That's the first blitz that we've seen from them, and our boys just weren't able to pick up that many buys coming at them all at the same time.
So we're at the 40. Not bad field position, don't get me wrong, but it's 2nd and 14 officially. Raiders split 2 receivers left, 1 right. Raiders will work the spread. Offset I with a pistol formation, running back to the right as well. That's LaFleur, and he's in deep trouble. He needs to make something out of nothing, and he's not going to. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it, 3rd and 14. Raiders are going to have to find something, some junk in the trunk, and make a big play happen here on 3rd down.
Yeah, that's right. They're going to the well one too many times with that play right there. And, 3rd down and long here, you definitely look like for a passing down. With the Raiders, you can't predict that, though, because they're such a run-oriented team, although they are going to a spread offense here. Let's see if they can get something going with a pass downfield and get some open field running.
3rd and 16, Raiders lost 2 on that last play. 2 receivers right, long side of the field. Back to pass, Trey picked up nicely, enough to get the pass off. It was tipped, and it just falls harmlessly between Kirchhoff and a defensive back of the Packers, Ben Marlowe, in coverage. That'll bring up 4th down. Unfortunately, this is a spot where the Raiders are going to have to punt.
Yeah, definitely. Watching that play there, Noel Coleman was going up for the grab, and again, he doesn't have the height to be able to get that ball. And even if he did, he only would have gained probably 7 yards. So they still have been, woefully short of the first down markers. So you're right, here it is, a punting situation.
Haven't seen a fake all year.
I don't think you will either.
Rebello back, and he can run it too. So Raiders
be careful.
Kick it out of bounds. Hunter, kick. He'll
Nice
kick it towards him. That's a beauty. Take a little bit of a Raider bounce inside the 15, down near the 10, left hash. That's nice. Near the 10-yard line, Hunter Kazmierzak.
And more importantly, it bounced away from the return man. So that was perfect. It took a right turn, Clyde, and went away from him, and there you go.
Rebello's a guy that can run when he gets into space, and that's part of the reason he's a returner, and Raiders give him 0 chance to create a little bit of excitement for the South St. Paul side of things. And here we go, Jer. I mean, South St. Paul with a lead of 14-0, you know what their MO is going to be. They're going to run the clock out. They've done it to us so many times. Raiders got to find a way to get that football back with enough time to put together at least their first scoring drive.
We had a good stop at the end of the first half. Let's see if we can build upon that right now.
Backs against the end zone a bit. Raiders can make some noise. Ball on the 8-yard line. Man in motion, Bauer to the far left. He'll keep. Sexauer runs, gets to the first portion of the line, and then keeps going. He's ended up getting about 7 on that carry. Raiders got to make the initial stop when they get that initial hand on him. And right there, Sexauer showing he shakes that one tackle. He's going to go for a few.
He's too strong upper body to try to handle him up on top. You can't bulldog him down. You've got to get him down by the legs because he'll make that initial contact, and he will bounce off you and keep going with unless you wrap up his legs.
2nd and 2, I think, officially. There we go. Under center is Cade Sexauer, left-handed quarterback. He will hand off up the middle. Rodriguez will carry a couple of men, good enough for a first down, but I don't think he'll get much more than the 2.5 to 3 yards required for said moving of the chains.
He got just enough for what he needed and moved the first down markers.
Also want to pass along a special hello to all the folks down at the Hastings Veterans Home that are tuning in again this week. I am keeping Charlie Judge in line slightly as much as I can on a Wednesday night. I know.
I'm telling you. Mr. Excitement down there.
Yeah, definitely Mr. Excitement. When I'm not screaming and yelling, he is. No, I'm just teasing. 14-0 as the handoff goes up the middle. The Raiders do a nice job. Throw it back. Trey Rogers first on the scene. Boy, he's been fun to have as a quarterback, too, but he and T.J. Pottinger combined in the Trey J tackle there, and a nice job there by the Blue and Gold.
Well, Trey Rogers has been primarily a defensive man since sophomore year. He played more defense than offense, and he showed his true colors right there.
Officially at the 30, 2nd and 6. They gave him 4. Split backs behind Sexauer, the quarterback, 2 receivers right. None to the left side this time, and Sexauer will run off tackle, or off guard, I should say, and he'll carry a couple men out near first down yardage. Now the Raiders trying to rip that thing out. Finally, the whistle blows, but like we said, very close to first down yardage. He's going to be short, but he's still, that's a power run if I've ever seen one.
Oh, no question. I mean, we were talking before the whole broadcast here about how big a guy Sexauer is, and once again, made initial contact, but he's upright and still using his legs and keep him moving. T.J. Ponder did his best to try to rip that ball out, but Sexauer would have none of that.
And really, we need a strip. We need something like that.
Ball put on the turf.
Nice way to get things going. 4:06 to go, though. Clock runs. This third quarter going just as fast as the rest of the game has. Man in motion. Bauer to the near side. Takes the jet. Here he comes running near side on first down. He will run a man over it.
Well,
Fall out of bounds.
No, yeah, Redding.
Yep.
No, I'm sorry. Noah Bazoski on that play there made the stop. TJ took initial contact from the blocker, which opened up Bazoski one-on-one with the running back, and he made that open field stop, kind of put him out of the bounds.
3:54 to go as the ball will be spotted at the South St. Paul 43. Packers 2nd and 4. And Sexauer takes his time getting to the line and getting under center, putting that mouth guard in and taking plenty of time to get it right around that bicuspid. Back under center. And he will hand off up the middle, churning ahead. Rodriguez, he's had plenty of yards tonight on a few carries, and right there rumbles ahead for 10 more. First down across midfield, move the chains. South St. Paul doing what they do and making it look easy doing it.
Well, they just keep pounding the ball behind their big offensive linemen. That's what they can do. They can just move bodies down the field, and you get an open field running. And Pottinger once again try to get that strip. He continues to go after that ball, and something might pop loose sooner or later here.
This is where they just take games over and wear you down. They want to have 10, 12, 15 play drives, make you work just as hard as they are to get it into the end zone. Sexauer left. He will hand off Benson. Hit the hole so hard, gets out to the 40. That initial contact made by Trey Rogers, and that's the man who took him down. They got to really continue to get that first hit on him at the line and not any later.
Exactly. Alex Foster thought he had a whole jersey full of Sexauer, but he'd already dumped the ball off to the up back, getting through the hole.
Clock just tick, 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 tick with maroon numbers on the clock. I mean, this is on their side if I've ever seen it, with an offense that can do what the Packers have done for years under Coach Chad Sexauer. And his son under center, split backs. He will fake the handoff, run himself. He's a dead duck, but the Raiders needed 5, and after surrendering 2 yards to let him get it, and that might be enough for a first down, though. I don't know now. Now Benson's pretty ticked. He just threw his glove over, one of his gloves over at the South St. Paul sideline. They might not have it.
They're showing short by half a yard.
That's 4th down. 3rd down. That's third
down.
Fans.
There, yeah.
3rd down.
Once again, Alex Foster was in on contact. He just missed him that time, but fortunately there were enough Raiders there to back him up and stop the first down.
It's going to be a quarterback sneak here.
Oh, yeah.
2:19 to go.
Behind a 300-pound center, you bet.
3rd and a half a yard. Bauer, the man in motion to the far side, and there is Sexauer for 3. Plenty. First down. Right up the middle of the field. And then again, it'll take 35 seconds or so to get back to the line. Jer, methodical, does not even begin to describe how South St. Paul works the 2-possession lead in the second half.
Exactly. They just methodically work their way down the field, take their time, they're assignment sure, and they're just pushing the ball right up our throats.
Under 2 to play, third quarter. South St. Paul leads 14-0, but it feels like more just because they've controlled everything a majority of the game, and their defense has given the Raiders nothing. Under center is Sexauer. Split backs, 2 receivers, wide out to the right side as they work up the middle of the field. Handoff to Rodriguez. Fumble the football! And the Raiders, did they finally get a break? I don't think so. No sign yet. No sign yet. OC says Raider ball. Raiders also have Foster saying, yes! Raiders get the fumble recovery. Ask and you shall receive. Rodriguez finally coughs it up in the middle of the pile, and the Raiders come away with it.
You knew it was going to come sooner or later, where they kept going for that ball and trying to get that strip, and it's going to be a matter of time before he did a spin move and lose that ball in the process.
Now from doom and gloom, thinking it could become a 3-possession game. Here we go again, Jer, back to 2. You still got 90 seconds in the third quarter. You score, you're going to have plenty of chances here to win this thing in the fourth quarter.
That's right. We just have to move the ball downfield. We talked about that. Open that spread offense like we're doing right now, getting the spread there. See if we get some things going, some different things other than just up the gut.
Benny Streeter's going to beat somebody deep.
Let's hope so.
1:30 to go. Third quarter, 14-0 South St. Paul. And Trey will run off guard, gets back to the middle, but helped out by the oncoming tackler as he was thrown a little bit more forward by Nick Gallegos, and that'll give the Raider quarterback a nice little gain of 5 on first down.
That's kind of a nice matchup there, pound for pound, but the same size guy, and I think Rogers won that battle. He met him with contact, they stood up, and he just kept pushing and knocked him down for another 3 yards, so good job by Trey on the first down there, getting 5 yards.
Like St. Thomas, hey, if Trey's going to give us our best chance once in a while between the 2 guards, let's do it.
Yep, you bet. Another weapon there.
Out of the shotgun, spread it out. pistol formation. 2 receivers right, 1 left. High snap, pulled down nicely. Blitz picked up nicely, and he overthrows him. Oh my, did he have Noah Coleman getting close to back behind the D. And it looked like Antonio Cortez may have been a step flat-footed. We need to get those passes on the money when we get our chances and our opportunities. Just like South St. Paul, you got to make those count. Those could go to the house chair.
Yeah, that one was, Coleman was on the move there towards the post there. And yeah, Trey just overthrew him. He just chucked it out there hoping that Noah could run underneath it, but it's just too much air.
So now Raiders come back out again. 44 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Raiders with the football. Out of the shotgun is Trey Rogers, senior quarterback. He will take it himself, runs up the middle, off the left side, 40, across the 45, near midfield. First down, Raiders, a nice run by Trey Rogers. Power football, Raiders move the chains.
He took a little lesson on the 6 hours book there. He just basically took the ball and they're trying to tackle him up top, and he's too strong of a guy to try to bring down from the shoulder pads. He kept chucking, going. He spun around a couple times, just kept the thing moving and got that first down. Great second and third effort by Trey Rogers.
Heck of a job there by the senior quarterback. This is where we need our seniors now. Final game of the regular season, almost a home playoff game tonight. You want another one, you got to win this one, put it on your seniors. From midfield, out of the shotgun, Rogers again, hands it off. LaFleur right side, finds room, 45, midfield, across 40 to the 35, falls ahead to the 30, ball came out, and I think the Raiders just lost it. South St. Paul just got it back.
Oh, my
that would have been a
goodness.
first down. How many times are we going to give them and more opportunities?
Yeah. After such a great run, he cut up inside. He got a nice run about 25 yards, and just at the last second, just coughed up that football. Once again, the Raiders, unfortunate. They just get somewhat of a bad break in that offensive series and just, can't get it done. So close. That was such a positive run there.
I'm not very positive anymore after that one. Boy, oh boy. 14-0 though. 3 seconds to go. This will be the final play of quarter number 3. It's 14-0. South St. Paul leading your Hastings Raiders in the final game of the regular season. Glad you're with us, but Raiders need to find a way now to get the ball back again. 6 hour under center. Split backs behind him. He'll hand off to the fullback up the middle for 2. And that'll be the end of quarter 3. Still 14-0 after 3 quarters on KDWA and HCTV. Well, I thought Benson was out of the game, but he is in. He just ran one for a first down. Power run right up the left hash, and South St. Paul will move the chains. Ball be spotted at the South St. Paul 40, and now as we're under 12 minutes to play in the game, starting this fourth quarter, Jer, there's not much time left.
No.
You might look at it and say 11:42,
No.
but that's pocket change for South St. Paul.
It's getting dire right now.
All they want to do is put it away now and ice it, and there's going off again, he just kind of tucks around the tackle, finds a little seam, gets 3, gets 4, and that's good enough. You get 2, 3, 4 carry like this in this fourth quarter of a 2-possession game, you're going to be fine.
Exactly. Devin Redding there was trying to make the play here. He kind of was splitting the difference between the quarterback and the pitch man, and Sexar cut it up inside, and Redding got a or an arm tackle on, but just wasn't quite enough to stop him before he got to almost a 5-yard gain.
So now Sexauer under center, split backs again, close. Handoff, Rodriguez runs over 2 men. He gets near first down yardage. And there's a flag at the end, and that's going to go against the Raiders too.
A little frustration there.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, they're getting frustrated trying to hammer away at this guy here. Rodriguez is a heck of a run. Let's see what it is there. Oh, yeah, I don't know that he tried to jump on him. Guck was jumping over a man and came down and landed on Rodriguez, but to me in a replay, it didn't look like he did it intentionally. It looked like he just was trying to slow down and stop himself, but you got 290-some pounds trying to stop you. Good luck with that.
Like we said, this is what they do, fans. I mean, people might be sitting there going, well, Raiders, you need to do something. The clock's running away. Well, we don't have the ball.
Right.
This is what South St. Paul has done for years.
Right.
They have never changed. They always have done this, and you need a turnover. We got it the one time, but we couldn't cash in, giving the ball back the other way.
Yep.
14-0. That one almost fumbled. Sexauer still runs. He runs into a man, but look, he still gets positive yard or yards. Unbelievable.
Yeah, and again, that credit his strength. You know, he almost fumbled the ball, but he got stood up, but he just keeps his leg going, and you just can't bring him down. Plus the fact, you've got a 300-pound offensive center there that's pushing along with him. Hard to bring those two boys down.
A lot of big dudes. Park leads Simley 14-6 at halftime of their game.
That's surprising it's that close.
Right. We'll have more fans as we get the scores from around the area, because we're getting to that point where one game could mean the difference in teams getting playoff seeds in different spots, or road or home. As this handoff again will churn out 8-9 yards again.
Oh. Yep, quick hitter. Rodriguez, first man through the hole.
They're going to ride him, aren't they? Him and Benson, they're just going to ride both of them.
And why wouldn't you? I mean, that kind of positive yardage, on every play, you just ride them down. There's 9 minutes left in the game, and you're up by 2 scores, and the way it's going, there'll soon be 3.
Wow. Doing what we know they do. 9:25 to go. Clock will run. 14-0, and South St. Paul well into Raider territory. Will take their time. Up 2 scores. 27 the spot of the ball. And Sexauer, just a QB sneak. Right up the middle. Plenty for a first down. Gain of 3. Needed 2.
Good high percentage play there. He just runs behind his big sides of beef right in front of him. Takes a side. Punches it up there for a nice 3-yard gain. First down. And more importantly, as soon as the chains get set, the clock keeps ticking.
Yep. And South St. Paul's going, you know what, if we can still get 4 or 5 yards of crack, take off 40 seconds of play, we're about 20 yards out. I mean, they're going to tick. I mean, Raiders will get the football back even if they score with 5 minutes left, 4 minutes left.
Yeah.
In a 3-possession game, it's game over.
We can't score 3 possessions or three scores in 5 minutes.
That's why, again, a turnover, right. I mean, folks, crucial. I
Yep.
mean, game-changing, game-saving. Here's a handoff up the middle, and this time Benson won't go too far. He'll gain 2 or 3, but that's fine. Actually, that's Rodriguez. And he did skitter through. It'll be interesting to see where they spot it. But he does get positive yards, and the clock continues to run. And South St. Paul closing like Joe Nathan or the Twins in the early to mid-2000s.
That's an interesting analogy.
And they're just putting the game away, Jer.
Yes, they are.
It'll be fun to follow what South St. Paul does in that 4A section. They play with like the new Academy Force team with SPA and whatever else that is. They've been okay this year. We'll talk more about that as we move along. There's Benson. No, it'll be Sexauer. Actually, is it Sexauer? I think it is.
It is.
Keeping it,
yeah,
running off left. You know, if he did give to Benson like I thought he did left side, it would have been a touchdown. There was nobody there.
Exactly. However, Guck did see that Sexauer still had the ball, and he met him head on and number to number and just stood him up and got a little bit of help over there from, looked like TJ got in there to help wrap it up.
The thing is, too, like we said, South St. Paul is one of the best kickers in the Metro.
Oh, yeah.
So you even get 3 here. That's a 3-possession game.
Granted, he's going to go against the win, but he's got a he's got
right.
a leg. Oh, my goodness, he has a leg.
Some of the kickoffs we've seen today, and
yeah, he almost waxed the windows of Walgreens over there.
Well, the one that went out of bounds, that was attempted that way.
Yeah.
I mean, everything he's tried to actually boot out of the stadium, he nearly has. 7:20 to go, and Sexauer will hand off. Benson this time turns ahead. There's that same play, and he does go this time. It's a touchdown, and the Raiders are going to go home not so happy tonight, as it's now 20-0 with only 7:14 to go. 19-yard touchdown run by Benson.
Nice handoff, nice blocking up front, gets to the secondary, and they just can't stop him. So, like you said, 20-0. They got the best point after kicker here, probably in the whole metro area. Doesn't look so good for the Raiders tonight.
Sam Rohrer comes out, right-footed booter, wears the number 10. That is what he does for the team. Snap, high, spot those good, and the kick, jeez. Thunder, it's good. 21-0 South St. Paul, 7:14 to go in the game on KDWA and HCTV. We'll be right back. Have those ready for you. Just a reminder as well, there is no Prescott Sports Saturday this week. Prescott's football season came to an end last week as they fell on Friday night at the hands of Ellsworth, ending their 2017 campaign. We'll have more on our coaches show guest. We were trying for Matt Smith, the AD. We'll have more on that tomorrow. Here's the kickoff. Raiders will take it. It'll be Piney on the end around now as the Raiders will come back near side, trying to get it back over to Noah Coleman. And now we're trying to do anything and everything here, Jaron, even a little reverse on a kickoff, trying to create some excitement.
Yeah, definitely the reverse there. You got a couple speedy guys out there. Unfortunately, it was so deep that South St. Paul, they're a very disciplined team. We talk about on kick off where every man has his lane. You talk about that in practice. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Don't converge on the ball too soon. Do your job. Stay in your lane. It's exactly what South St. Paul did. They stayed in their lanes, and when you have that happen, very disciplined, that reverse is not going to work.
7:03 to go here, fourth quarter, and the Raiders just kind of running out of time, running out a little bit of everything. 21-0, a three-possession game, not a lot of time to do it. Raiders are going to need a miracle here at home. Otherwise, they're going on the road Tuesday night. It's not going to be fun. Here's a hand on. Oh, he's going to take it himself. Trey Rogers right up the middle, breaks a tackle, gets out to midfield, down to the 40. Call it the 41-yard line of South St. Paul. Trey Rogers' biggest run on under center this year for Hastings. It's one right up the middle. A QB draw, if you've ever drawn one up in practice, that's about as perfect as he can get it.
That's the way you want to do it. And once he got into open field there, he just basically was hammering guys and trying to just keep pounding away. He did a good thing by making sure he covered the ball at the very end because their D-back went for a strip at the last second thinking he's not paying attention. He's getting loosened up, relaxing, going down for the tackle. No, Trey kept the ball nicely tucked away.
That run kind of reminded me of last year. Remember, he caught that touchdown pass down here in the far corner, his first ever varsity touchdown, kind of playing running back, tight end, whatever it was, and the physical running. You saw a little snippet of what we saw 1 year ago. Back to pass now. Left off his body is Trey, kind of a wiggler, and it's still caught far side, and a late hit as well as that one's made by Kirchhoff. That might actually be roughing the passer. And I think it will be. It'll be roughing the passer against South St. Paul. Tack on some more yards. I want to say 15 from the spot, or is it 15 from the end of the play, Dick Craig?
Yep.
End of the play? Could be, he says.
Yes, no,
Could
maybe.
be.
Yep.
It's like talking to Dallas while we're playing Pokemon on a Wednesday afternoon. Yep.
It is 15.
What'd you catch, Bubs? Yep. Okay. All right. Glad you're having fun.
We'll take the 15 regardless. Yep. Either way, it's a 15.
Oh, man. Okay.
It was on the end of the play, 15 yards
It
into the
was.
play.
Very nice.
So we'll take that. Thank you very much, Dick Craig.
I want to score. That zero's ugly, and
Yeah, it
I
is.
don't want to see it anymore. So let's get something in the end zone. 6:12 to go here. Raiders will spread it out here, working left hash, bad snap. Trey's going to run himself. Craig, I agree. And Trey takes the fumbled snap, falls up the middle, and I think he's still got positive yards. And I totally agree with Dick Craig. I'm not sure what that was.
The funny thing is that, the defense ran right past the ball. And Trey went, hey, there's an open seam here. And so he made, at least he got back to the line of scrimmage, so it wasn't 5-yard loss.
I thought he got like 4 on that. Oh, the woo-whoop's back. All right.
There you go.
2 right, 1 left. Shotgun Raiders working left hash, and will hand off this time to LaFleur. He hits the hole hard to the 10, down to the 5, and he's going to be inside close to the 5. He's very close. That's a great power run by LaFleur.
He was sniffing goal line on that one. He said, I see it, I want it. He put his head down to pound in there with those guys. Just a little short there at the 5-yard line, but that was a nice run. Hard-nosed at the very end, put his head down and just hammering those South St. Paul D-backs.
Keep pounding. 5:17
Let's go, boys.
to go.
Punch it in.
Not a lot of clock. You got to start with 1. Not going to get them all in this drive. Might as well get one here. Kirchhoff split wide to the left side. Be fun to see him in a one-on-one fade situation. In the slot left, that is Noah Coleman. Right, Streeter. Handoff, given back to LaFleur. Goes off left side. He's got room. He's got the touchdown. That is a 5-yard touchdown run left with some wiggle room for Corbin LaFleur. And it's the Raiders' first score of the game. And is it too little, too late? We'll have to find out as Lewanski comes on for the extra point.
Corbin's been doing a lot tonight with the ball. He's been carrying the load for the Raiders, and it's fitting that he got the touchdown. He had one man to beat. He just got past him, just enough speed to get past the defender trying to cover on the end, and he had the corner all to himself, and he made the angle. Nice job by LaFleur.
Great run, perfectly drawn up, and a lot of room, but also a lot done by LaFleur himself. Kirchhoff, the holder here. Snap's good, spot's good, kicks up, Lewanski got it. 21-7, we'll be right back. 4:57 to go on KDWA and HCTV. Welcome back, everybody. Less than 5 minutes to play here in quarter number 4. Call it the game. I want to still say regulation, but you're kicking the ball back to a South St. Paul team that with 4:57 to go can just literally eat the clock. I mean, that's all they need to do now.
Right, that's exactly right. And they are the kind of team that does that. They just pound you inside, just keep pounding you, and they get the job done. That clock pretty soon is gone.
Juice is already making the smiley faces down there along the sideline.
He's enjoying
I'll
the
get you
broadcast.
during hockey season, Munchkin. Don't worry. I'll see you in a few weeks. Don't worry. Whether it's at the Vet or whether it's up at Wakota/Woog Arena, I'll get Juicy his later on. Don't you worry. 21-7. 4:57 to go in regulation. Raiders will kick it away. Will it be an onside kick? Looks like a bunch of the Hammers are on the far left side. A bunch of our wrestlers, and a bunch of our wrestlers. So I think I know what we're going to do here.
Did you mention any wrestlers?
Do we have any wrestlers far left side by chance?
Anyone?
How many wrestlers?
Can I buy a wrestler?
That's a full house of wrestlers over there. I think the only one that's not is Foster.
And he's
Is
tough enough in
Foster
his
a
own
hockey
right.
player? Is he like Al? I mean, is he like Jake? Is he a hockey guy? That's one thing I want to know. Is he a hockey player, or is he a wrestler? 4:57
He's
to
a
go.
tough kid, I know that.
Like, for sure. Wherever he plays, I know he. One of the Foster boys, lacrosse guys too. Here's the kick now. Is Lewanski onside kick right at the man at midfield, and for a kid who has not done onside kicks his whole life, let's just say 6 weeks, and he's maybe only done one. That's pretty darn good by Josh Lewanski.
I tell you what, it went the distance it
Right.
needed to go. We just needed a faster guy there to get to it.
Serious. That's exactly it.
And the funny thing is, after all talk about Foster, guess who was the first guy there about a step too late?
Oh,
Foster.
Well, well.
He's just a step too late to get there.
We had the big guys there, so we knew we needed somebody to crunch someone.
We needed to mention a track athlete instead of all those
That's
wrestlers, and
right.
wrestlers.
Or the swimmers. You
Well,
guys get started.
Hey, we're
Turkey Day.
We're fish out of water. Come on.
When's the first day? 26th? 24th?
Right after the Monday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's when the boys will begin. And the girls, of course, conference champs. I can't say that enough tonight. Raider girls getting ready for sections. It's still 3 weeks away, though. More with Coach Katie after JV conference next week. Here's a handoff up the middle, and Benson carries the load, and really the whole team of the Raiders. Redding in on the tackle along with Trey Rogers, but a gain of 4.5 or 5.
Guck had the ankles on that one. Triple treat there on the tackle.
Just look at the size. You look at the right side where all the South St. Paul guys.
Yeah.
Look over to the Raiders side and just the size mismatch for this Hastings team.
Yep. They
Insanity.
are playing with heart because they're outsized.
You can't say that the Raiders haven't played their backsides off tonight. Here's a handoff up the middle. Rodriguez again will gain a couple. The ball come out.
It looked like
Did that ball scored out? Nope, third down. It looks like a lineman was coming up with it.
I think it
might have scored
popped
out.
but it went right into the South St. Paul player.
Right into the belly of 77 or 71.
All right.
So the Raiders almost got
Turnover.
what they needed.
Yep.
And then, who knows what happens if you score after that. Polanski can maybe try for a little magic again, but that was what if and everything else. We still don't have the ball. Right hash, South St. Paul at the 45, the Raiders 45. Third down and 3, big play for Hastings. Sexauer hands off up the middle. Benson plows ahead, and I think he maybe just got it by a yard, and if he does, that probably puts it away with 3:32 to go.
I would agree with you. Yeah, I think he got it by at least a half a yard.
Yeah. Extremely close. Packer coming off with his helmet off.
That's their center.
That's the big fella there, too. And if he could get a Greenville player of the game, Darian Foster, a sophomore. We got to see him more. Oh, boy.
300 pounds of beef and center there. Ay.
That's a sophomore that plays football. Man,
He's a big kid.
I don't want to see him anymore the next 2 years after this. Ugh.
No, you're right.
Especially the way they run the football. That's a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
3:16 to go. Clock runs. Sexauer is going to wait until the sideline to even go under center. They're really clocking it out nicely. Sexauer hands off. And there's Rodriguez for another 4 or 5. And South St. Paul doing what Packer football does, running the clock down. Raiders take a quick timeout. We'll take one as well. 3:04 to go in the game. 21-7. South St. Paul with the ball on KDWA. You're live on KDWA as we're back. After the timeout, Sexauer man in motion. They're just trying to run this clock down as they're so good to do in a game like this, and they always have done that like we talked about. And again, kind of off guard, curling around the line, finding some room. Is Sexauer enough to get near another first down? It's Coach Chad Sexauer on the sideline motioning that he thinks it's a first down, and it's going to be a first down. So he was right, Coach. And he's also the AD, by the way. Apple Valley, sorry, Jared, I didn't mean to step on your touchdown call there. Sibley is trailing Apple Valley 35-7 with, just about to start the fourth quarter. So that's
kind of as we expected.
But that helps, again, because we lost. And, again, a lot of that, who you beat, how much you lost by, that's going to factor in. I'm not saying the Raiders are safe because they're probably going to be on the road no matter what. Hand off this time to Bauer. He goes nowhere. Good tackle in open space. Benny Streeter's been so good since making his way onto the varsity field about the halfway mark this year.
He really has. I mean, every time he's had to make an open field tackle, he's there. He's the guy. You know he's going to wrap him up and make that stop. He does a good job of getting down there, get the feet, get the legs, whatever, and stop him from running. He doesn't try to do that slam, bam, knock you down, ma'am. He definitely wraps him up like you're supposed to.
We'll keep it right here.
Why not?
21 to go. 21-7. Raiders did get the late touchdown here, but South St. Paul milking the clock in the final minutes of this game. And
it's kind of been the story of the Raiders season. They score one or two when it doesn't matter anymore. You know, they make the game look a little more respectable, but, you know, it's just way too little and way too late.
Park still leads Simley only 14-6. I'm still shocked by that.
That's so hard to believe with Park's explosive offense.
Minnesota Timberwolves just opened their season with the Spurs, play the 8:30 game. Kind of cool to get that all going again. 2:21 to play here in the game. 21-7, South St. Paul. Sexauer split backs behind him. Bauer in motion to the far side. Hits his brakes, taps Sexauer on the backside. Cade will take it, run himself, left side, then back up the middle on the cut. Gains 5.5 more. Third down at about 3. Raiders will call their final timeout of the game. And that will be all the Raiders have left. A quick break. 2:14 to go in the game. 21-7 South St. Paul on KDWA and HCTV. 3rd and 4 out of the timeout. Raiders looking to get that ball back somehow, but Benson up the middle. Nope. Keeping it is Sexauer. And I think he may have gotten it. Yes, he did. No, Raiders don't think so. Trey Rogers thinks it's 4th down, and he's right. 4th and inches. And it really doesn't matter either way for South St. Paul here.
Clock is ticking away, less than 2 minutes of clock. You know Sexauer is going to do a quarterback sneak behind his 300-pound center. Just enough to get that foot that he needs.
He is okay, too, by the way. He just had that helmet pop off. There was no injury or anything else like that. So after this one, like we said, we will have our Green Mill Player of the Game. That will be a lot of fun. We've had a couple of guys that have stepped up and had a nice game here tonight. But I know one guy on the offensive side. He's in triple digits running the football. Had a couple defensive guys step in and make their presence felt after maybe not being in the lineup a couple times this year and doing something that way. As South St. Paul will take their final timeout with a 4th down play and a quick timeout for us. 1:17 to go. 21-7 South St. Paul on KDWA. Welcome back, everybody. We are live on KDWA, wrapping things up here in the 4th quarter. 4th down and 1 play upcoming, but like we said, the percentages in South St. Paul running a short yardage play, and I mean short yardage. This is not much here at all. This will for surely salt the game away should the first down happen. Such a tight formation here. And Sexauer will take it, and that's enough for a first down. Raiders trying to jump in and push him back. Bazoski with a Superman effort, but that should do it. And the clock will tick down. Where's the spot?
Interesting spot.
The Raiders get it?
It didn't go very far.
No, it didn't, did it? Raiders might have got it.
They want a measurement, looks like.
Like I said, folks, it probably doesn't matter.
No.
Because the Raiders would have to go 111 and twice down the field.
And we're not built for that. We're not built for speed. We're built for comfort. And so far, it's not very comfortable.
I mean, this would be kind of fun to see the Raiders make this stop just because.
Yeah,
but again, it's such a small consolation prize for...
moral victories don't give you football games.
Well, and it doesn't give you a home playoff game. Because now, like we said, you lose this game, it's over. You're going on the road. Raiders stopped them, though.
Yep, they're short.
Good job, Raider D. We'll take
that was an interesting spot. I definitely thought that that Sexauer got farther than that, but they're down on the field, so they got a better angle at it.
Turnover on downs with 1:11 to go, but like I said, fans, it's just too little too late. I mean, a quick strike on a slant or something for 80, all right, then maybe we'll talk. But I haven't seen slant 80
but here's the thing.
or anything from 80 since Ovi.
Yeah, I mean, you get that play, but they're going to get that onside kick most likely. And, one knee and it's over.
You see, at 21-7, now all of us as analysts and whatever, what if? Just this all backside pressure. Trey does get it up there, and then just a gigantic hit. And that's a flag as Coleman gets his bell rung. He gets right back up, and he has a couple words to say as well to number 9 for South St. Paul, and that's Ben Marlowe. And he hit a 130-pound receiver, Noah Coleman, like he was nobody's business. That's the second time in 2 weeks I've seen that little fella take a blast. We might need to get him into the meat locker and have a couple riblets and some hamburgers in the offseason.
Oh, I'm telling you, he went down to A+. I think he got tattooed on that one. Oh, my goodness. I think they tattooed hurt across the side of him. He was smoked. But like you said, he got right back up. Tough kid. Man, he got up there and said, that ain't nothing. What else you got?
Score one more time. Let's just have some fun. Make that count. Stood right back up, said, just give it to me again. He's lined up in the slot now, is Coleman. Back to pass. Rogers, right, heaves up a deep one and overthrows Noah Coleman right.
That would have been a great play if he would have caught that ball and then taken it all the way in.
Now we got second down and 10, but only 56 seconds to go in a game that has really flown by. We're not even 9 o'clock yet, but I'll give you our ID anyway. KDWA Hastings, AM and FM. Nick Tuckner alongside Jerry Rupp and Dick Craig. We're at McNamara Stadium, Todd Field. The Raiders on their final game of the regular season trail South St. Paul 21-7, and a home playoff game is slipping away as they have 56 seconds to get 2 touchdowns with extra points to tie. Out of the shotgun is Rogers. High snap, pulls it down. Blitz comes, picked up nicely, but then breaking away and making the play of the game on a sack there late. And was that 52?
52, yep.
Carol Agborambang. 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 Why did we have to say that when we got through this whole game with 36 seconds? Now we get an Agborambang.
I was so stuck with number 52 from South St. Paul. You know who you are.
I thought that. Yeah, I thought the hit on Coleman was an Agborambang.
But that
was kind of That's exactly what that was. 38 seconds to go. 4th and 13. Game on the line. The game was on the line a while ago. 38 seconds left though, and back to pass. Here's Trey. Blitz comes. Pass left side. Who's that to? Nobody's there. That's just how it's going to end.
I bet you his name is pronounced Smith.
There's a couple of them actually on South St. Paul's rosters. I don't confuse them with any of the other ones, or there used to be anyway. There was a Ben Smith that played for a long time. Either way, that's neither here nor there, I'm sure.
Turn over on downs, one kneel, and that'll do her.
21-7.
Just too much power in the first half. It is right up the gut too many times against the Raiders. Couldn't stop it.
Too many chances that were given away, I think, too. I mean, we get down in the red zone and he fumble it away or long run. And
you said it. We needed to have something crazy happen, and we needed to convert on those crazy plays, and we just did not get those, unfortunately. There it is.
That's a knee, and that'll do it. Raiders will fall 21-7. We'll wrap it up for you right after this on KDWA AM and FM. Now the Raiders of Hastings, for you folks that are watching along on TV in our final portion of our broadcast for you, final score again is 21-7. Raiders fall in their final game of the regular season. The Raiders finished the regular season at 2-6, and it's now likely that the Raiders will now play on the road against either St. Thomas or Henry Sibley next Tuesday night. Again, it goes Wednesday here for the final game of the regular season. Playoffs will begin on Tuesday, and like we said, it's likely now, even with Henry Sibley falling to Apple Valley, that the Raiders will will play one of those two teams on the road. Neither place an easy place to play, but the chance for the Raiders to open up their new season at 1-0 Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, more than likely on the road. For those of you folks watching on cable TV or on the Facebook live feed, go to KDWA or KDWA.com. We're on AM 1460, FM 97.7, 20 minutes after the hour, starting tomorrow at about noon or so, and then those will go for about 24 hours, looking ahead to what's to come, because all of our sectional playoff brackets should be done by about noon tomorrow, and at that time, we'll pass along to fans on KDWA, KDWA.com, our Twitter and Facebook feeds. We will let you know where and when Hastings will be playing Tuesday night, but I'm more than certain either at Sibley or at St. Thomas Academy. The final score tonight, 21-7. Angel Rodriguez, 2 touchdowns to open things up, and then Chase Benson salted it away late and made it 21-0 in the fourth quarter, but Corbin LaFleur added a 5-yard run to make it look a little bit closer than it really was. South St. Paul lulled us to sleep all night, ran the football well. LaFleur ended up with 140-plus yards, which is nice on the ground, but still not enough. Corbin LaFleur will get our Green Mill Player of the Game award, though, as he will enjoy some pizza on the Green Mill for his night this evening. So, for those folks that are watching along on HCTV and also on Facebook Live, we're going to sign off with you right now. For you radio listeners, we're going to come back and have Dick Craig statistics, which will also be in our sports updates later tonight. Want to thank all the guys with HCTV. They were awesome again, getting everything set up. I know it's been kind of a seat of the pants deal this year, trying it out and making it work, and unfortunately, we won't be at home Tuesday, so we won't be doing it there. But thanks to all the guys and the gals. I know Lindsay was a part of it too. I don't leave the gals out of it. She's been helping out a lot too. So thank you to all you with cable TV and everybody that watched and listened along as well. Final score for you folks, 21-7. We'll come back with the radio listeners and join Dick Craig then. From McNamara Stadium at Todd Field, we'll send it back to cable TV. Radio fans, stay tuned. Dick Stats are coming up. Goodbye, everybody.